Do you truly own your website if you're using a vibe coding tool like a Lovable, a Bolt, a Replit, a Base 44? All these new platforms that allow you to vibe code a website into existence. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love WordPress with a good page builder, but do we really need a system like this for simple websites? Because at the end of the day, many websites are simple. They don't even need a database. Look at this example, a coffee website for a shop in my city. There's nothing difficult going on. There's no dynamic content. And so then why would I go through the pain of using a page builder if I can just prompt my way into existence? And I'm not the only one thinking that, right? But you do want to own the website. And the thing is, when you publish it from here, right away, it is hosted on their hosting, whether you're using Lovable or Bolt, it's their hosting. But there is actually a way to own the code and to host it somewhere else. But there's a big but. This is only for these simple static websites, because the moment you're turning your website into something more complex, something with an actual database, when you have all kinds of integrations going on, payments, then things get more complex, and then you're basically locked into their system. There are ways to get it out, but that gets really messy and technical. So before I show you how to do this, I do need to give that nuance. If things get complex, then yes, you are kind of locked into these platforms. But again, let's be honest, millions of websites right now don't need a database. They're just simple, or they're one pagers, they're a few pages. So you can absolutely own the code by making a connection to a GitHub. And that is possible because almost all of these AI coding platforms just have a connection to GitHub. And when you set this up, then it just pushes the latest version to GitHub. So this is basically your code revisions. From here, you can do anything with it. You own it, you can download it. This can be your client's account, by the way, or your account. And then you can use a hosting package that allows you to pull the latest version from GitHub into a live server. And Hostinger is not the only company that's offering this, but many of you already know Hostinger. Hostinger is a huge hosting company in the WordPress world. Many of us are already paying for this. I host my most important websites here. And so a plan like this allows you to connect it to a Git repository and then deploy it automatically. So you see the setup here. We're using Lovable as kind of like the page builder, GitHub as the version control, and then Hostinger to get the website live. So here you can see how that is on the inside. You can have your WordPress websites in here, but also node.js, and you can even do HTML. So if you create something in Claude or Codex, you can even just dump some HTML, CSS files in here. But most of these AI coding platforms generate node.js. And Lovable recently switched this, by the way. They were using next.js before, which is a framework that sits on top of Node.js. If you have no clue what I'm saying here, then don't mind. But they recently switched to 10 stack, basically to get server-side rendering, which is a lot better for SEO. But that's a topic for another video. All you have to understand right now is that almost all of these AI coding platforms, they create Node.js, not PHP like WordPress. And then from here, you can just add a Node.js web app, and that also works for websites. And then once everything is ready, you just connect a domain here, because they also sell domains, and then it's live. Really cool. So let me show you how you can do this. So let's pick this Bali website. Okay, you just go over here and you connect it to GitHub. Of course, you would first need a GitHub account. It's completely free. And then within GitHub, you create a repository. That's a fancy word for just a folder for a project. And then you go to Lovable, you connect to GitHub and you select that repository. You don't have to give Lovable access to all of your projects. And now all you have to do is just connect Hostinger to GitHub as well. So from Hostinger, it's exactly the same, and they made it super easy. The GitHub connection is already built in. From here, the same, you select that repository. And then from here, it's automatically recognizing what kind of system it is. Super easy. And this process takes a minute. It's going to pull the latest version from GitHub into your hosting. And there you go, now my website is live. It's literally that easy. So now every time that you make an edit on Lovable, it automatically gets pushed to GitHub, so not to the default Lovable hosting. And then Hostinger pulls that latest version into the live website. So I think it's pretty cool that Hostinger now has this plan. Hostinger is always on top of their game. So I'm happy that I started recommending them a few years ago because I saw that they were moving so fast. They have all of the newest technology and now also this node.js. So you can see it right here, web apps hosting, and you can also use that for websites and that are coming from these AI coding platforms if they allow you to connect to GitHub, right? So here you can see the plans, business or cloud startup, and maybe you notice these names if you are familiar with Hostinger, because Hostinger already has these plans. Personally, I already have this plan, because if you would go to the normal web hosting page, you can also see business and cloud startup here. Here you can run 5 web apps and here 10. Here that's the same. So if you are already a Hostinger customer and you have a business plan or bigger, then you probably have this feature now in your account. So yeah, I thought that this was pretty cool. We can now host our AI coded websites into a system like Hostinger, a company many of us already use and trust. And many of these AI coding platforms are actually having free credits as well. I think Lovable still has like 5 credits per day for free. So maybe you can even do some stuff for free, which is kind of crazy. Of course, you need to pay for hosting, but we're all used to that, right? By the way, I have been an affiliate for Hostinger for many years. I do have a coupon code, which you will find in the video description. So if you decide to buy it via my link, then that really helps because that allows me to make these free videos. You get to watch them and I make a small commission if you purchase. But I hope that you can see my genuine excitement here. We're going to a completely different time now where we have so many more options. The page builder landscape is also changing. It's super interesting. But yeah, that's a topic for another video. For now, I want to thank you for watching and I will see you in the next one.